Hey guys, it's Clayton Jenkins with yet another tutorial. One quick note, if you can't do this tutorial by yourself, I suggest going ahead and trying out my contest, which I'll put right here somewhere, a link to that. And basically what the contest is I'll do any multimedia project for you, and the only rule is you have to be a subscriber and give me a hell of a good answer. So other than that, let's get started. Today I'm going to be demonstrating how to use 3D text in Photoshop, and I'm going to be doing a spring type tutorial here. As you can see down there, that's what the finished product will look something like. You'll need several things, one of which being Photoshop, obviously, and second being Adobe Illustrator. And I'll post a link in the sidebar where you can get there, if it's normal quality and below in HD, where you can get this for a trial. Okay, so we'll open up Illustrator, and as you can see, I did my name in 3D text. But let's hide this layer, and I'll show you how to do this from scratch. You'll pull up a text tool, and I'm going to want to go to create a new layer so that we don't mess things up too badly. Okay, and type a letter of your choice. I'm going to type C. No, I'm going to type R. I don't know why. Seems like a good letter. Make sure it's bold, as I have it bolded up here. Come up here to your black pointer tool, the general select tool. Go to Effect, 3D, Extrude, and Bevel. Okay. Make sure you have Preview clicked, like so. Oh, first I need to change the color to white. So come back down to your text tool, select it, come up here to your character color, and change it to white. Okay. As you can see, it's disappeared. Back to the black general tool, select tool, 3D, Extrude, and Bevel. With the preview on, it will actually work quite nicely. Okay, for this, I think 38 will work for depth. I'm going to create something like that. I'm going to turn on the bevel to classic and maybe 3. Okay, now you can come down here and shift and make it bigger. And anyways, do as many as you'd like, and spell your name vertically or horizontally, maybe off into the distance, and you can apply all kinds of neat lighting effects. So you can actually make a 3D light. Oh, that's too much. Anyways, you know what to do from there. Now I can just right-click and copy. I'm just going to hit Control-C, come into Photoshop, for the load. And as you can see, I can just hit Control-V. Make sure it's pasted as a smart object. And basically that kind of puts it in as a vector, which means that you can make it as large or as small as you'd like, and it doesn't lose any quality, like so. So, anyways, I'm going to get rid of the smart object and just work with my name. Okay, so as you can see, I have my name here, and the first thing we're going to want to do is supply a background gradient color like I have. I just picked two colors, kind of a lighter one and then black. I don't really particularly like these colors, so I just suggest you choose your own. And how you do that is you just get rid of the background, create a new layer below your vector smart object, which is your letters. Use your gradient tool. And so now we're going to want to color our letters, which is actually pretty simple. As you can see, I've got the gradients layers here, and I've already gone ahead and colored in 4 of them, but I'll show you how you can do this from scratch. So I'll just start with the O. I'll zoom in here. Okay, now you're going to want to come over here to your magic wand select tool. Make sure you have your vector smart object, which will be your text, selected, and then go ahead and select it. Make sure your tolerance is on 1 because you don't want to be picking up any of the side walls, just the front. I guess you could color the side walls, but just for the sake of this tutorial, we won't be. So I've done that. Now we're going to want to go to Layer, New Layer. I'm going to type O gradient. Hit OK. And I'm going to plop it into the gradients folder, just for the sake of being organized. Come down to O gradient. I'm going to fill it with black. So you're going to want to switch those around so you can get black. Come up to your gradient tool, hold it, go to your paint bucket, and just simply drag in and fill it with black paint. I'm going to double click for the layer styles. Come down to gradient overlay. As you can see, it's already picked up on it. I'm going to go to the blend mode. Go ahead and hit screen, and then you can change the gradient to whatever you want. I've gone ahead and just gone to the simple gradients, and there's already quite a few pretty simple colors listed. I always like to go in and change the white to something just a little bit off-white, so it's just not so plain, I guess. And then I like to change the angle of it, but really that's just up to you guys. Okay, so now our O has a gradient. I'm going to do the same thing for N. Okay, I think that looks good. And so the next part, the next step, I'm going to make sure I drag this into my gradients, like so. The next step is to apply flowers on top of the letters. And you can see I've already done the first 4, but I'll just show you how to do the next 2. And it's actually very simple. So create a new layer on top titled Floral, like I have, layer, new layer. Select your vector text letters, select the letter you want to essentially make flowers over, go back to Floral, and then go to your paint brush tool. And I downloaded a whole bunch of spring brushes, and I'll provide a link in the sidebar. Just pick one, and obviously you've noticed this isn't necessarily a beginner's tutorial because I'm skipping how to do a lot of steps like import brushes. So yeah, and then make sure you're on white paint, and you can see it very faintly. Yeah, it got it. So it's there. And, you know, necessarily, it's because my opacity is down a little bit for a little bit lighter touch. But I'll go back into the vector brush tool, come down, select N, go back up to Floral, because we want all of the flowers to be on one layer, and do the same thing. So I'll go up to my brush tool, select some type of flowers, and then just there you go. You might want to even do smaller ones, but I like that. So now we have our 3D text with flowers all over them. Let's make a background flowers like so. And this is actually really, really easy. I'll just do it again. Layer, new layer, BG floral. Okay. I'm going to drag this just above our background so it doesn't disappear. And maybe make our brushes so they're not so big. And just go ahead and 3 or 4, I don't know, I'm not going to tell you what's better more or less. But, you know, make it look like it's springy, like it's growing or something. So that'll work. Not the best placement, but you guys can do better. Double click, hit glow, outer glow. Make sure the color's white. I mean, you can choose any color you'd like. I like to make the spread kind of come out a little bit and the size. Just play around with it so it makes it look like it's glowing. So anyways, yeah, there you have it. That's just basically how you do a 3D effect. I hope you enjoy the tutorial. I hope you learn lots, and I hope you enter the contest, which I'll put there again. So, cheers.